nation committing mass murder. And we ain't asking for shit, nigga, we taking it. So Dre, blast they ass, nigga.
Rat-tat-tat-tat, late at night with my cat on the streets of LA, wondering where the pussy at. Straight player, looking for a hoe, hanging out, rolling in my 6-4. 16 switches for the niggas in my hood, 17 shells so I make it understood. Stay back, lay back, way back in the cut. You come outside, nigga, you're getting fucked up by them soldier. Your best move like Luther Vandross. I'm fucking up.
Hello everybody and welcome to the WWE WrestlePalooza Review Show. I am your host Jimmy T, and my co-host, he is the professor, the magnanimous professor that is, Chbelo Vera Cruz. Welcome back to the HMG show, first of all, and welcome to the WrestlePalooza Review Show. And by the way, we are live on HMG's YouTube channel and of course channelattitude.com after the fact. What is going on, Prof?
What is going on, Jimmy T? What is going on to the Haminites? And you know what, Jimmy? It's kind of funny because, you know, the watch along with Ray, you got the watch along with RBV, you got the watch along with Brandon, you got the watch along with Colin, and now we come in and have to clean up all their shit. We got Stank Ray with his, you know, he's already on Mexican time right now. He's ready for his vacation. Got RBV with his food. We got Colin with his Wingstop chicken tenders. I saw that. I'm smelling all the ranch sauce and stuff like that. Brandon, again, you know, we gotta smell this shit right now. We gotta clean up. We need some janitors here. I mean, what is going on? I mean, y'all do a watch along, but y'all don't clean up after yourselves. Now we gotta be the janitors. What the hell is going on, Jimmy? It's not fair. But you know what? For the Haminites that's gonna stay strong and stay true, you know, I know you're a little bit tired because you watched All Out and maybe WrestlePalooza, so you had 8 hours of wrestling. You know, if you love all wrestling, Haminites, then it was a great day for you. But if you're gonna be tribal, maybe one was better than the other. I ain't gonna say which one was better, but you know what? Palooza had kind of delivered more than All Out. But I ain't gonna, you know, I don't want to get into that. It's not about being tribal. It's about being true. It's about being objective, and that's what the professor gives. The objectivity here on the Hami Media Group.
Absolutely. You ain't wrong there, Prof. Well, since you did bring up All Out, now I haven't watched it yet, but I am going to watch it right after we do this show. So, you know what? Pray for me, because did that show go for about 10 hours?
I mean, if you want to count the All Out tailgate party that started at 2 Eastern, and then it finished at about, close to 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know, it was 6 hours of all of AEW wrestling. So if you wanted to count that, because, you know, they were trying to be funny with their business, if you will, Jimmy. I mean, with the main event, they elongated a main event that should have been like 25, 30 minutes, but they did, you know, they wanted to get into the WrestlePalooza time, if you will. They wanted to, like, take away that Lesnar Cena, you know, anticipation. They wanted to take away the Vision and the Uso match, if you will. So that match turned into a 50-minute match. And again, the wrestling is the wrestling. But again, for all out purposes, the way AEW does it, yeah, the flippity do shit, that was good. But for the professor's taste, the first match with CNC Music Factory against FTR, my favorite tag team, that delivered. The main event elongated itself, and then everything in the middle was meh and predictable. That's how I looked at it.
Oh, God. Well, look, I haven't even watched it yet, but I'm not an idiot. There's no way Hangman was going to lose his freaking championship to Fletcher. Let's be real, right?
Of course.
But in saying that, was it a double championship match?
No. It was kind of like storyline, like if the Don Callis family interfered, then he would lose his TNT. He would be stripped of the TNT title. So there was certain parameters to it.
All right, that's right. Oh, thank God for that, I guess. But I don't know, man. That's the thing about AEW, and they're so predictable. And but then again, like Gruss says, the Tony Storm match was unpredictable. Yeah, because I do know that Statlander became your new world champion. What the hell, dude?
Well, you know what the complaint was before that, how many nights? It was all about Sasha Monet and it was all about Tony
Right.
Storm. So which girl was going to lose her title? It ain't going to be Sasha Monet. It was going to be Tony Storm because her time was up. I'm not going to say the character is boring, but the character has, could I say peaked, Jimmy? Is that fair to
Yes.
say? Has it peaked a little bit? I
Absolutely.
mean, it's still a great character. It's still an entertaining character. But again, you needed something. You needed a revival. And Statlander is the
I see what you
perfect
did
kind
there.
of vehicle. Yeah, I know. But Statlander is the perfect vehicle to hold on to the title, right? And you had that nuance of maybe is she going to join the Death Riders? They're going to increase the family size of the Death Riders. Wheeler Yuta needs some hot tail by his side. So is Statlander Wheeler Yuta going to be an item on AEW television? Because I get because with the match, how many nights she used Wheeler Yuta's move to win her first title in AEW. So
God.
you just gonna get some payoff on that one, and you know what I mean.
Ooh. Well, I just want to, you know, address the elephant in the room. A couple of people asking where you been, Jimmy T, and J12 also saying, Jimmy T Cabron, missed you on the watch along. Hope everything was all right. Everything was cool, man. It was just
He was
like
sleeping. He was
I
sleeping.
got, I woke up kind of late, and I said I was gonna jump in like originally. Then I thought, you know what? There's already 4 guys over there. I don't know if you really need a fifth. It would have been all over the place. So I felt, you know what? This show was never planned, by the way. I wasn't even planning on doing a review show. And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well do a review show. You said you were in too, Prof, which I appreciate. And then I thought, you know what? Let's do it. So that's why I'm here, man, because I wasn't on the watch along. I'm here now to talk WrestlePalooza. Even though, hey, I like the original WrestlePalooza back in 97. ECW WrestlePalooza. Wasn't that the
I
show
mean,
where Jerry the King Lawler appeared, as a matter of fact?
yes, he did. After Raven against Tommy Dreamer, the lights
Right.
went out, and Jerry the King Lawler started the feud against Tommy Dreamer. So that was one of the main history points of ECW.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great event, man. Even though it wasn't technically a pay per view, but it was like a special, if you know what I mean, at the time.
The pay per view was in '98, and that was Al Snow versus Shane Douglas for the ECW title. So I'm just giving you all
Right,
the
right.
histrionics on that one.
And then there was no more WrestlePaloozas after that, correct?
Not on pay per view, no.
So did they still did a special, a TV edition one
I
in
think
99, 2000?
now they probably regulated it to the ECW arena, kind of like a house show thing, but they didn't want to put it on pay per view. So I don't know. To each his own
Okay.
with what they were thinking about that back then.
Well, WrestlePalooza 97 for me always stands out. Like I said, because of the King, it was a big deal at the time, too. And RVD, of
Absolutely.
course, Mr. Monday Night at the time, where he was on Raw a
hmm
lot. But good times, actually. I wish we were back in 97, if anything. But anyway, we're here to
I, I
talk about
mean,
the
I mean,
25
wait.
edition.
We're taking. Taking the name is one thing, Jimmy, but the history of WrestlePalooza, like you just said, the ECW compared to WWE. You know me, I'm a homer for ECW, so I
Right,
can't.
that's
You
right.
can't compare the two. We can't compare the 3 letters ECW to WWE because they took the name. And for all intents and purposes, this was a welcome package for the ESPN app viewers. Which, by the way, Hami Nights, if you wanted to pay $30 a month for it, God bless you. But do you mind if I rant a little bit, Jimmy, about the
Please, the
ESPN
floor is
app?
yours. Please, absolutely. Because I
Now,
got things to
again,
say, too.
now, Hami Nights, this is a little bit of a rant, but again, I'll be objective about it. Now, I'm shout outs to Matt Schaffer. He works for ESPN. No kayfabe on this one. But you know what? If you if you want to pay $30 for ESPN app, the only positive for it, how many nights, is if you watch college football, Jimmy T, you got every college football available, every game
Right.
available. So your bread is buttered there. If you love soccer, your bread is buttered for international soccer purposes. But if you only
Yes.
bought it for WWE, then this app is trash because the library is not going to be transferred over to the ESPN app. You know, well, the library will be all ESPN PLEs, but we're not gonna get like WrestleMania 1 on the ESPN app. You're not gonna get WrestleMania 3 on the ESPN app. So you're not really gonna get bang for your buck if you're just WWE centric. So
Right.
you know what? The three letters the three most dangerous letters for Haminites is not the RKO. It's VPN. So I say use the VPN because I am a Netflix subscriber, but for one night only, I was living in Australia and I was watching WrestlePalooza for that.
I had to do the gong for that one. That was brilliant. Well, you know what? Funny enough, now usually I do watch everything on Netflix, but I wanted to check out the ESPN version of WrestlePalooza just to get my take on it. And look, I've got a thing now. Keep it on the low, even though we're on worldwide right now. But I'm going to say it anyway, just like Stephanie did about VPN. But have you heard of Cody? And when I say Cody, not Cody Rhodes with a CODY, but I mean KODI. Cody.
That's
Have
a good one too.
Before?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. That helps out.
I suggest you get into that, man. That's got every single channel around the world, and it's great, man. Like everything. I'll talk to you about that off the air anyway. But yeah, I suggest anyone, if they know about Cody, get it done, and it's for free.
Yes.
On top of that, Gruz says WWE dislikes its American fan base. Well, don't worry. Like I was saying, for a house show, nosebleeds $200. Can you believe that?
Like I said, I mean for the American IWC Jimmy T, this is the truth. Like if you're gonna pay $20,000 like that green shirt guy does for front row, God bless him. But he's experiencing WWE a different way. But again, a family of 5 paying maybe $1,000, and I'm being nice here. That's on the cheap side. $1,000 for 4 seats on the nosebleeds, and then you're watching a WWE kind of like pay-per-view, if you will, how many nights? You're not getting bang for your buck, especially going to the arena. At least you can tolerate it for a Netflix subscription, or if you had Peacock, you can stomach it with the commercial breaks. And again, for me, I'm old school. I'm the professor, Jimmy. You know me, because when I watch a pay-per-view, the best, and I'll say this, for anybody who watches Netflix with the VPN, the 3 most dangerous letters in the world, if you see that commercial free on the VPN with Raw, Jimmy, and you know what I'm talking about, that's the way it should be presented for WrestlePalooza. You got Byron Saxton interviewing people in the stands. You got Jackie Redmond interviewing in the back. You got fucking Kathy Kelly interviewing, and they didn't do that shit. So hopefully they learn from that mistake, because again, if you're gonna have a commercial break in your PLE like that, hell no, that's not the way to do it. Do it the way they did it on Raw. If you don't do it like that, then you're really gonna. Then people will be like, "Wait, I'm paying $30 a month for this." I mean, people are I'm telling you, the truth here is, I think people, because ESPN said this, they're working on the agreements for cable providers. So once you weather that storm and then it's part of your cable package, then you're gonna say, "Fuck it, at least I'm not paying the $30." But nobody is paying $30 for commercials like that and the presentation like that. So that's, to each his own.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the commercials, because one thing I did notice watching on the ESPN feed, there was a lot of damn commercials, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's way too much for a PLE/pay-per-view. I mean, at this point, it kind of is a pay-per-view, since you're going to pay $30 for the damn app anyway. And I think
you're supposed to do it the right way. Like I said, you're supposed to do it the right way. Do the interviews like they do on Raw, the way it's presented, the way they do on Netflix, commercial free. Because again, you say, "Oh, all right, I'm getting more bang for my buck. I'm getting the interviews. I'm getting to see the arenas. I'm getting to see backstage stuff." So, WWE, hopefully it's baby steps. But again, they're getting billions of dollars right now. So, Triple H is like, "Yeah, y'all paid us. The check's cleared. What the fuck you want us to do? We're doing what we're supposed to do with ESPN."
Right. I mean, shit. You know what I mean? They're making money there. It's all about the money, as Vince would say.
Mhm.
But also, what I wanted to point out, you did watch it on Netflix. So, did you get commercials too?
Yeah,
Really?
it was kind of like the way it was presented, like SmackDown. You know how
Oh,
SmackDown on on Netflix
right.
is. You get to see that the break. It was that break. So it is what it
On
is.
on the Australian Netflix, usually, even with SmackDown, you see what happens like on Raw as well.
Only for
Usually,
the only for the matches, but
right?
not for like the because that's presented like USA Network and stuff like that. The matches you can see it commercial free, but then if there's no commercial, I mean if there's no match going on, then they give you that kind of like commercial break.
That's true. That's true. But they need to do it like Raw, 100%, man. Goose wants to know, why did they have so many commercials for people paying $30? Because they're greedy. Come on, that's why. It's all about the
Well,
money. I mean, am I wrong, Prof?
well, ESPN is paying them the media rights, so ESPN has got to get their money back. So they have to
Exactly.
have they have to get advertisers to sponsor WrestlePalooza. So it is what it is on that end. Do I is
100%.
it justified? Hell no, but again, they got to get their money some way.
Well, that's true. No doubt about it. J12 wants to know, how much did you pay for your VPN, Professor?
I did the 2 year thing. I think it was like in the range of $60 to $80 because I did
A
IP
month?
Vanish. No, for the 2 years
Oh, that's
total.
good. That's
80
good.
bucks.
That's
It
good.
was an $80 one shot fee right there. So once the 2 years is up, then I have to put in another $60 to $80,
That's
which I
well
will.
worth it, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely well worth it. Also, the artist return says ESPN Unlimited shows that it is AD orientated. That's in the fine print. And also, he says, "What up, yo? Damn ESPN slash Verizon screwed me. By the time I VPN'd it, it was over. You got to Cody it, bro. Straight up, KODI. That Cody.
Again, our truth kind of did it on SmackDown, but he was trying to explain. But he forgot one thing with his explanation. He forgot to say one thing because again, a lot of people maybe rushed it for the $30, but a lot of people forgot this. They expected like I got Comcast in the United States. That's what I use, right, Jimmy, for my cable provider.
Right.
They're not there yet. They're negotiating with Comcast, so I have to wait maybe a couple of months before Comcast is part of my package. Then maybe I'll do the ESPN app. But if you had
Right.
Spectrum and you have, I think it was Fubo TV. Sling didn't have it yet. I know that much. I know YouTube TV doesn't have it yet. But those are kind of apps, Jimmy. Those are still waiting for the final print to be a part of it. But it's not there
Right.
yet.
Right.
ESPN, ESPN's got to do their due diligence to get all these agreements going. WWE did their part. They honored their deal with Peacock. And I know a lot of people are saying, God damn it, I missed the
And you know
Peacock.
how they did it too? They done it in the shifty way, Prof.
Two
By doing
night,
the
two
two
night,
nights.
yeah, the
Exactly.
two nighters.
Can you believe that shit? That shit was all a plan for different reasons, I think, actually, Prof.
Yeah, I mean, but you could do the 2 nights for the big four, but you can't do 2 nights for like every other little thing. You can't do a
No.
2 night WrestlePalooza next year on the ESPN
No.
app because
Fuck
I
no.
don't know if you want to do that.
No. Definitely not. Royal Rumble, I think, is the one that really makes sense to have as two
Yeah.
nights because that way you can fit in a lot more matches and plus
hmm
have both each nights sort of concentrated on whatever Rumble it is for the women or
Yeah. Night
the
one, the
men.
women, night one women's Royal Rumble is the main event, and night two, the men's Royal Rumble is the main event. It makes all the sense in the world for them Royal Rumble to be a two nighter event.
Absolutely does. And Bruce also says that we lost some viewers tonight. Now, before we do get into the show proper, I want to know, what would be interesting, the amount of people that watched it the way we watched it, for example,
hmm
compared to the legit viewers. I mean, then again, with you, you're pretty much a legit viewer going by, the VPN, if you know what I mean, because you still watched it
Yeah.
on a legit platform. So I
I
guess you're
pay
not
for
included
Netflix,
in
so
that.
I
Right.
did pay for WWE.
That's true. It's true. But in saying that, do you think it's going to be one of the lower sort of watched shows in terms of the US? Because everyone else watches it on Netflix. But what's funny is, I wonder how many people in the US actually done what you did to watch it.
I would say enough people did that, and then again, we have to look at it from a newsworthy standpoint on the ESPN app, Jimmy. I don't know if it got to Australia, but I think there
Oh no,
was
we
a
got the
boy.
ESPN app. We got it.
No. I'm talking about the newsworthy stuff. I think
Oh,
there's like a boycott of the Disney app, all the Disney products, ESPN app, Disney Plus, and shit like that, because of the Jimmy Kimmel
oh
situation.
yeah, yeah. Of course, it
People on
reached you. Don't
Twitter
worry.
are
Right,
boycotting. People on Twitter are boycotting and canceling their subscriptions. So that could add to the low viewership, if you will, how many nights to that foray. I tried the ESPN app, and like I said, it was trash because again, you're not getting bang for your buck for $30. I wanted to look at it and say, yeah, it's not for me because again, I don't watch a lot of college football. I only watch the big games, right? I don't need
right,
those little small schools. It doesn't mean anything to me. And soccer, I don't get into soccer unless it's the World Cup or FIFA, shit like that. Big
right.
soccer games. I can't get into like the European leagues. That's just me.
Yeah, see me,
I don't
me
know what.
personally, I love soccer.
So you could get bang for your buck there. And the
Right,
NBA, we don't know how the NBA goes because again, I can give you this. The NBA is on two other streaming apps. You got Peacock and you got Amazon Prime. So we don't know. So again, will it be worth it? I do not know. And I do, and like I said, I'm just being objective. How many nights? I think ESPN app is trash. WWE. I will say this, and this is you can quote me on this. I don't know if I'm going to be right, but this 5-year deal, how many nights? I
you
will
read my
bet you
mind.
will. This will be the only 5-year deal between WWE and ESPN. I think WWE will be like, you know what? We should have went to Apple TV, or we should have just took a raise
Hey,
from Peacock.
hey,
I think I'm going to tell you right now. This is going to be the only. This is going to be the only deal. If it's a 5-year deal, Jimmy, that's it. They're not going to renew. I think
hey.
even I would even say this. I think even WWE likes the mainstream part of the ESPN, but ESPN will say, I think we pay too much for this shit and it ain't even worth it. And I'm not gonna even blame WWE. I'm just blaming. I'm telling you, it's the app. It's not WWE's responsibility. It's not WWE's responsibility to get new subscribers like that. If ESPN thought they were gonna get like 100 million subscribers just because of WWE, you better bring more to the table. That's it. I'm telling you right now, how many nights? Book it. This is the only 5-year deal, and they're gonna move on to a different app.
There you go. Look at the people are cheering. The people are cheering, Prof. They agree. As a matter of fact, I agree with you. And I was going to ask you that. And then, like I said, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, I've got a feeling this bubble is going to pop. And when it does, it's going to be savage, man. And what I mean by that, just by the prices that they're charging already, I'm talking about WWE in terms of going to the events, even though people are paying, man. It's crazy, but people are paying for it. And all these deals they're doing, and like you said, it's not WWE's freaking fault. ESPN should have, do people think, now don't get me wrong, wrestling's fucking pretty big worldwide, right? But do you think, people like, channels like ESPN and you got Netflix, do you think everyone, like all those companies think wrestling's a lot bigger than what they realize?
Well, for WWE, it offers. I mean, for the WWE purpose, the brand itself is worldwide. The name itself, those three
Absolutely.
letters, is worldwide. That people have an understanding of it, know the history of it. Even if you haven't watched wrestling for a long time, you
Right.
know Hulk Hogan, you know Austin, you know Rock. So that's the hook to get you in. Now, the new fans, again, can the new fans get into Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie McCurr, Io Sky, Braun Breaker? Again, that's a wait and see. But again, it's so much more. I mean, WWE is so much more. They are a business. As CM Punk would say,
Facts.
they are a business even more than the wrestling.
Yeah, wrong,
That's
man.
what
It's
it is.
true. Absolutely, man. It's true. But in saying that, I think we should get into the main card proper because we can talk about this all night, but we're not going to be here all night. But we are here right now, and we start off with a big one. Now, I didn't even watch the pre-show. I don't know if there was any matches there. Was there any matches on the
No,
pre-show?
it was all talk.
It was all talk. It was all talk,
Hmm
exactly. Well, we start off with John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Now, I just want to say, man, Brock Lesnar looks fucking huge. Huge.
The man,
huge, bro.
the man is eating oxes in his farm in Minnesota. That's what it is. Or wherever he's living, he's eating oxes. He's eating buffalo. Saskatoon, right? He's eating buffalo. He's eating it raw, and you can see it in his body.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: WWE was very calculating for if they thought that they could get some viewers out of All Out, because I was more interested in John Cena versus Brock Lesnar than I was for Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Adam Page. Because again, like I said,
close.
One side elongated it to a 40 or 50-minute match, or for all intents and purposes. But for this, John Cena against Brock Lesnar, people could say what they want. But for 20 plus years, these two have had a crossroads. From OVW, from Brock Lesnar being the next big thing in the face of WWE, because that's what Vince McMahon wanted initially. Then he leaves in 2004, and John Cena just swooped in like the Wolf of Wall Street and just said, "I'll take the reins, I'll take the torch. I did my ruthless aggressor shit." Then the jealousy of Brock Lesnar, like, "Yo, you took my spot. I'm going to get it back in 2012." Then the SummerSlam annihilation in 2014. And of course, John Cena, it was kind of well explained. Like, John Cena has a losing record against Brock Lesnar. It's his toughest opponent. So it's either, 1A and 1B when you look at the career. John Cena considers himself the GOAT. Brock Lesnar says, "Wait a minute, motherfucker. I'm the GOAT for a different reason. I'm an NCAA champion. I'm a UFC champion. I'm a WWE champion. What have you done with my credentials? You've done Peacemaker. You've done movies. I don't need to do movies. I'm a legit ass kicker. You're a movie faker." It is what it is. It sets up itself.
Right, absolutely. It writes itself. Absolutely, man. You don't have to have an elaborate storyline. It's already written for them. You know what I mean? Literally. But man, 48 years old and looking like he's eating oxes and horses and all sorts of shit. But like Bruce says, I agree. Brock Lesnar does have a stronger resume than Cena in terms of when it comes to just combat sports anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even come close.
Again, 17 still trumps a lot of things. So that's why that's why a lot of people think he is the GOAT. So, again, it's subjective.
He's not the GOAT. You can make it look. Does he even get onto the friggin' Mount Rushmore of WWE? Not pro wrestling, just the Mount Rushmore of WWE.
Who should?
In your
Cena?
opinion? Yeah.
I mean, again, you could use the 17 for the Rushmore. You could have Cena. You could have, San Martino. You can have Hogan, and then you could add Austin to it. That's your Mount Rushmore right there. Well, you want to add another spot? Where you want to put him?
You can't add. See, I would have taken out San Martino only because I wasn't born around his time. You know what I mean? I literally caught the very tail end, like literally at the end, he was done.
See, that's the problem. See, that's the problem. Again, you have
it's subjective like that.
It is very subjective, but you have to remember the legacy and the history of the WWE started in the in the 60s. You got to remember all those. You got to remember. Right. You got to remember all those champions, and you still got to give credit where credit is due. San Martino still has the longest reign, and people might say, "Well, why don't you put Bob Backlund? He had a longer reign than a lot of people." But his reign, a lot of wrestlers will tell you that his reign was just was manufactured, and he really didn't do what San Martino did. He didn't really do what Pedro Morales did in those days.
Look, nowhere near. To be fair, as you would say.
To be fair.
To be fair. Nowhere near, but you can appreciate his longevity, though. And he became WWE World Champion in what, 93?
94.
94, I was a year off.
Yeah.
And I remember those days clearly not the date, though. But I remember those times, and I was shocked at the time, thinking, really, Bob Backlund? Like, it's just crazy. But I can appreciate how good he really was, even though his character was a whack job, really, when you think about it. But still, he's a legend, but he's not on the Mount Rushmore, nowhere near it.
No, but you're right. But because I guess I'm an old soul, you could say, that I want to remember San Martino and stuff like that. But again,
No, but
people's Rushmore right now could be Cena,
right.
Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and I'm not going to say they're wrong. It's just that if you're younger, a younger generation, a different generation, that's your Mount Rushmore. It's like you said, it's very
Right.
subjective. So it is what it
Absolutely.
is.
No, absolutely.
But
Now,
in terms of today's for the opening match, Brock Lesnar said, "You ain't on no Mount Rushmore. You ain't no goat, and I'm gonna prove it to you." And he proved it to him in this match.
absolutely. Well, it's funny because we also get Paul Heyman making a little comeback with Brock, which was great. You had to have him there, even though you can complain about it and say, "Well, it doesn't make sense. Why is he just?" It doesn't matter. Everyone knows how close
Did,
they are.
did
It's
you see
irrelevant.
SmackDown? Did you see SmackDown last night? It made
Right,
all the sense in the world because he said, "I want to talk to you." That was
right.
it.
Exactly, exactly.
I just want to take one up Cena. That was it. Everything was just to one up Cena.
And you know what, dude? I could see Cena, even if the writing team wanted Cena to go over, I could actually see Cena saying, no, 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 no. Brock needs to go over in this match because he was never going to lose that. So I'm surprised that people, if you saw the odds, the odds was Cena likely winning by 95%, dude. I should have put money on Lesnar winning. I would have made a
You could have
killing.
probably could have, yeah. If the odds
Damn.
were like that, I think a lot of people might have forgot. Again, nostalgia's right there. You want to give Cena to go out on a high note, but I think people forgot the count because
Right.
he has a limited number of dates left even for this tour. Because it's not like, oh, next week he's going to be on SmackDown. No, he's got single digits left, how many nights? So it's like it
Single.
might be like five. So you want to
Yeah,
use
something like
those
that.
five at the right time. So he gets an ass whipping here. Can he get his revenge in his absolute last match on December against Brock Lesnar? Yes, I would do it that way.
Right.
I get my revenge against Lesnar on my last absolute last match. You get that revenge, but after that, you got to pick your poison because if he only has like 5 dates left, I know he's going to use one for Boston. He's going to use one for New York at Madison
And
Square Garden. So
Australia.
that's two, and
And Australia
Australia, the
too.
Perth. That's three.
Yep.
So you got two more. You got two more dates. So
Right.
you got to use it wisely. So get that ass whooping now. Get his revenge maybe at the absolute last match, and you go out on a high note.
Well, it's funny because also in Perth, Raw and SmackDown will also be coming live from Perth as well.
Hmm.
SmackDown before, still can't believe it's the stupid Crown Jewel event in Perth. And then there's going to be Raw after Crown Jewel. I wonder if
Is
he's
he going
going
to
to
be
be
on
on one
both?
of those shows too. I don't think he's going to,
Or
he hasn't been announced to do both of those, but I got a feeling he'll be on one, at least the SmackDown leading to
mhm.
Crown Jewel, I think. So then, if that's another date, but he's definitely confirmed for
Mm.
the what's it called, Crown Jewel, 100%.
Okay. All
So
right.
we'll see what happens there. But yeah, he doesn't have much time at all. But back to this match, I mean, it was very reminiscent of the 2014 match, except the only difference is it's not like Brock beat him to a pulp like he did back then, which was at SummerSlam, if I remember correctly. Was it
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam? It was, right. Remember
SummerSlam
he had the
2014.
right, and he had the busted lip and all that, and that felt like yesterday, dude. I can't believe it's been over 10 years already. Wow, it's crazy. But anyway,
Time flies.
yeah, it's crazy, bro. But it wasn't like that. But it was still a beating, pretty much. You know what I mean? The amount of F5s. How many F5s did he do? 4, 5 of them?
I think it was like five F5s. This was not like the 2014 SummerSlam match. He was counting like 30 like suplexes. That
Right.
was the funny thing. It was like 30 suplexes during the whole match, and he milked it. This one was a little
Yeah.
bit shorter, so it was like five F5s or something like that. But again, Cena had like three FUs and some shoulder blocks. The only
Mm.
thing that I wanted to happen was when Cena was coming out of the curtain or whatever, the Tron, and had those kids. I wish that Brock Lesnar would have ran and scared the kids off, and so the kids went back.
You know
So
what was
like 20
golden?
kids. What was golden?
Oh, man. Did you notice all the kids crying, bro, after the match?
Man, that was some good shit.
Bro, they were crying like little freaking, like, I don't want to say it, but man, they were crying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? All the kids, they were just weeping, man. It was pretty funny to see. But you know what was weird though? That was stood out for me. Did you notice all those kids were damn white that he came out with? I know we're in Indiana. I get it. We're in Indiana, but come on. You know
I was looking for a Puerto Rican. I was looking for a Mexican. I was looking for maybe an
ethnic, bro. Just an ethnic kid. There
was no
of that,
blacks.
man. No.
This was this was the Peacemaker dimension. This is that Peacemaker season 2 dimension thing. The best dimension ever. And you saw no blacks, no Puerto Ricans. You've seen nobody yet. It's been all whitey. It's been all snow.
Was weird. Yeah, it was snowing, all right. I'm telling you, that was kind of weird, and it stood out. Like, it really did stand out for me for some weird reason, man. It just did. The Hardest Return says, "You're going to embarrass me on TV?" Anyway.
You remember Triple H's slogan, "I don't see color. You just saw kids."
Dude, you know what? I used to believe him too, but I'm starting to think he's weird now. Do you think there's something to it that he does see color, really?
What? No, of course not. I mean, come on, Jimmy.
I don't know, Paul. I'm just saying, you're starting to look a little weird, pal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting it out there. But anyway, after Lesnar gives 5 F5s, you know, actually it was a 6th one. He also gave a 6th one, believe it or not. We were wrong by one, as Cena was out cold, and that's it. Lesnar defeats John Cena via pinfall for the 1, 2, and 3. But anyway, man, you know, Brock takes off. Cena leaves in a heap, and the kids were crying, and that's all that matters.
That's what you wanted. You wanted to capture the visual of the kids crying, and they got the kids crying.
And it was snowing. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, it was. Snowing tears.
Also, the other says that we hit us with an Angel Reese / Caitlin Clark woke promo. We've seen no color at all. Oh,
Brock Lesnar did the service for everybody. He's like, no blacks, no Puerto Ricans, no Mexicans, no Indians. What the hell?
We got Big Ray Hernandez in the house. I don't know what you've done. I thought I was going to be in trouble, but you ignored the invite, Prof.
You didn't send a link. I said, what link? There was no link in the chat, Ray. Check the messages. There was no link.
And shout out to Big Ray, by the way, man.
Love you, Big Ray.
We absolutely do love you. And if you want to talk about it, he's saying lies. If you want to talk about it, Ray, man, would you join us, or is it too late for you, bro? Or you're probably
cleaning up the shit from Ray anyway. Come on, we cleaning up after Ray's mess from the watch along. You know that.
He doesn't even need a friggin' invite. He can just join in. Actually, what am I talking about? Literally, he can just jump in. But yeah, we're the cleanup crew for WrestlePalooza. But anyway, that leaves us to the next match. Now, I'm not going to get into all the shit beforehand. And yes, also, I forgot to mention that Pat McAfee also was back, which is good to see. And he got a loud reception, by the way. But the next match was the Usos versus the Vision in Jimmy and Jay and Bron and Bron. In a good, actually, this was a great match.
I would say objectively, Jimmy.
Wow.
Like, it was a good match, but there was a problem. And I think, the problem is for the last couple of weeks, there's been an intersection, if you will, Jimmy, and you'll understand this. Like, it's been like Jey Uso against Braun, or Jey Uso against Bronson Reed, you know what I mean? Or Jimmy Uso against Braun, or Jimmy Uso against Bronson Reed. And then you add the LA Knight conundrum with, the tension between, himself and the Usos and himself and the Vision, right? That's been going on for a couple of weeks. So while there is a story, and again, I don't mind a story, but it's been the same story. So again, could you get bored with it? I can understand people being like, I've seen this already. You got something new to offer me? I guess what was the new piece? LA Knight as the special guest referee? It is what it is. And this feud is still going to go on and still going to continue into maybe War Games.
You think so? Still? Well, yeah. Now with LA Knight as well.
You got some pieces there, so it is what it is. You know how Triple H kind of keeps going with the story for a couple of weeks more.
Oh man, I mean, but the thing is, do you think they're doing all this to stall LA Knight a little bit when you think about it? Because truly, they don't know what to do really with him. Because to be fair, sorry to take your words again.
Go ahead.
But he's sort of in that spot where he's waiting to like get into the bigger picture with the main eventers, if you know what I mean. So I feel like he's in that sort of spot right now where they're just holding him off, but sort of still keeping him in the picture with certain feuds until he's ready to, take someone's spot up the top of the card.
It could be that. It could be a very like forbidden zone situation where he is mid card and upper mid card, but he's still involved with this storyline. That's why I keep saying it's like this has been going on for weeks. It is what it is. And again, the only dynamic, because I do like the Brawnies. I do like them. What's missing from the Brawnies? Tag team gold. Make a payoff for it. So if you want to add the Judgment Day, you want to add Finn Balor and JD McDonough into this as a triple threat tag team kind of conundrum here with How Many Nights? I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but at least it's a dynamic that's a little bit different because, again, we got that Judgment Day kind of situation between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, the greatest luchador ever. But again, you can see where we go, where the Brawnies can win the tag team titles because of Dominic and stuff like that. But at least you add a different element to the tag team scene because it's a much needed injection. Because the Brawnies with the gold, I actually would want to see that more.
Interesting. Well, anyway, like you said, the Brawnies do go over the Usos, but before we get into something else, Ray says, I don't know if you saw it, but he said right here, Professor's lies will shortly be exposed. I'm so sad. And he's told me to show you this. I don't know if you can see it. If it's
I can't see it. I can show it. I'll text you, Ray. Don't worry. I'll text you what I saw.
Well, he said, from what I can see, I'm sorry for, you can't see it, but he did send you the link to StreamYard, apparently.
It didn't go through on my on my end.
Well, it's his word against Ray's. Tune in to see who's the villain here.
It's all. Remember, he's probably on an iPhone and I'm on an Android, so it doesn't click.
Oh well, I don't know. Keep me out of this one. But something's up. But anyway, let's move on though. Let's see what happens with these five particularly. Obviously we're gonna get a crescendo between Jay and LA Knight moving on. Surely that's gonna happen. But nevertheless, the Vision do get the win over the Usos, and then we see more commercials as per usual. But the next match though is for your WWE Women's World Championship. It is Io Sky versus Stephanie Vakir. And, I felt this match at first was a little slow, but boy, did it kick in. And boy, I love the finish, dude. I mean, that freaking, oh man, what was it again?
This was the match. This was the match of the night, and this was the spiral tap. Yeah, this was the match of the night, and
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, man. The way dude, that looked amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it definitely looked amazing, and I can go with what you're saying because it was a slow burn in the beginning. They were feeling each other out, and then the moves started picking up, and the quality of the match was starting to pick up, which is fine.
It's all about psychology, so I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Unlike another place where they do it so quickly in the first 30 seconds, but I ain't gonna tell you what organization I'm talking about. But again, neither here nor there. But look at it this way, because for the Hami Nights, I do some. I keep tabs on my prestigious Professor's Perspective Awards, and I was looking at this match, and on my scorecard, Jimmy, Stephanie Vakir is right there for being the Women's Wrestler of the Year. She's already the NXT Women's Champion. She was already a double champion with the North American Championship, so she was getting there. I said, well, she was missing something. And I said this match was very important for her stock to rise to be considered the women's wrestler of the year, and she got what she needed. She got a women's world title reign, and she won it with the match of the night here. I'm not going to say it's the women's match of the year, but it was the match of the night for the PLE. Io Sky brought it. She brought it. And again, people were worried about Stephanie Vaquero because, again, it's kind of like a stop-start thing with Triple H. I don't know why they did that. Once she won that battle, she won the battle royal, and then she was off TV. Maybe she had some nagging injuries that she was taking some resting, but they didn't explain it on TV enough. It was almost like, where the hell did she go? And then, of course, Naomi being pregnant kind of stalled certain other aspects of it, so she couldn't get that match that she deserved. So again, it is what it is. But she brought the fire here for this match.
You know, it's funny. Everyone thought that the Kabuki Warriors were going to screw Io in this match. I'm glad that didn't actually happen. So that's a good thing. But yeah,
probably Monday on Raw, the Raw after Palooza, we'll see Asuka being a little bit upset at Io, saying you didn't get my help, and then doing the Ike Turner on Kairi Sane.
For sure. I absolutely expect that, but everyone was saying it was going to happen here, but it didn't. But you notice Io's chin, dude? It looked pretty beat up. I don't know what spot that was from.
Oh God! Thank God! I thought you was talking about looking for an Adam's apple. What the hell? Don't mess with my boner, Jimmy. Don't do that. Jesus Christ! I'm gonna have to rewind and look like, wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Wait,
am I seeing
you saying she sounded like this?
Hello, Professor. Arigato gozaimashita.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like I said, don't mess with my boner. Please, don't do that.
That's awesome. That's great. But even Ray, says absolutely match of the night. I mean, it's arguable. You know what? It probably was, now that I think about it. It definitely was. I mean...
For the athleticism, Jimmy, it was the match of the night. Every other match had story. This one... Again, right. Like you said, the psychology is a slow build, but for athletic purposes, it was the match of the night, hands down.
No, I agree, because looking back at the other matches, yeah, from now on, because the next two are the last two matches, but Stephanie Vaquero does get her first WWE Women's Championship in quick succession when you think about it, even though she was kind of doing nothing for quite a while up until this point. We'll see where we go with her now moving forward as the women's champion, and we'll see what happens with Io too. But in saying that, we saw her in tears also at the end, and I thought that was legit, man.
She was in legit because she performed she said for the first time in a long time, her father got to see her perform and do her craft, and he was front row. He didn't pay no $20,000 for that. She paid for it, so. And he got to hold that belt, so it was a great family moment there.
Bruce says the Nyla Rose situation with Stephanie Vaquero would put you guys in tears. Please, let's not go there.
Don't mess with my boner. I'm gonna put it on the shirt. Don't mess with my boner.
You know what's even more disturbing? Nyla Rose, even though you think she's like she's whatever, I don't know what the fuck it is, but she is still into women, not guys, believe it or not.
She a lesbo? All right.
Yeah.
At least we got something in common. She's a lesbo.
Hey, she never got the chop. I'm just saying. It's true. I saw an interview where she said that, dude. I kid you not. Which is kind of weird. So why would you want to? Anyway, I'm not going to go into that.
She's got a real strap on. What's wrong with that? It's okay.
A real strap on. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Because it is the next matchup between, I guess, husband and wives. It is Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins coming out as friggin' aliens, it felt like, or some shit. I don't know what the fuck that was.
That was Coneheads. They were wearing those Conehead, the Conehead robes. If you ever saw the
Coneheads?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at the fashion of the Coneheads with Beldar and Primat. I have to get that. That's Colin. Colin Whitesong text me that they were dressed as the Coneheads. If you really go with that, almost to a T with that robe.
I haven't watched that movie. No shits. probably since 30 years ago, like literally. That's how long it's been. But you know what? The artist is so right. He goes, I know it's a late night, but Steph's ass just eats up that outfit. That's the appeal. Dude, I was saying the same thing. That damn G-banger that she wears is right up her freaking cooler, bro.
Even when she does the devil's kiss, I'm just thinking of Booker T. Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? Actually, Prof, since it is WrestlePalooza and we did see it, I got to do this. I mean, come on.
Do
He's
it.
here in spirit right now. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. I mean, come on.
There you go.
That is brilliant. But anyway, but like Ray said and I said earlier, and you said too, fun match, started slow and excellent build into the finish. Absolutely. It's exactly how that match went. The artist is Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin. That's true. Fuck, it was so long ago, the damn Coneheads. I'm feeling old now, man. But anyway, but funny enough, Punk and AJ Lee come out. I mean, I felt like Punk was a bit of a cuck here, the way he came out, but that's just me. Nothing against CM Punk.
Remember, Punk is on his best behavior, and for this, he's having fun knowing that his wife is there with him, so they can enjoy the moment. Punk is not, again, the motivation for Punk right now, again, being on his best behavior, but having his wife there, you can understand that he's taking a step back of a lot of things. It's not about championships. It's not about, he already got the main event of WrestleMania. So he's crossed off a lot of like goals. Right. What's next? Maybe the Royal Rumble. Maybe win the Royal Rumble. Does he want it? I don't think it's that important because I think WrestleMania was important to him. And sure, he doesn't need a world championship. But again, it'd be nice for him to get another shot at it, maybe a reign or two. But again, the little things for Punk is like he's having fun with it, and there's no pressure for him. And AJ's there, so he can share the road with her and share the moment with her. And basically, he's going to take a step back and say, enjoy the moment. This is your time, girl. I've already had my moment. This is you. And for this, I'll say this, Jimmy. The Stephanie McCur match was the match of the night. This was the entertaining moment of the night because the power couples were going at it. And of course, AJ was rusty. I'm objective, and I noticed certain things. So, oh God, I already cleaned up your mess, Ray. I already cleaned up your mess.
Unbelievable. I am sick to my stomach. You see, there's a link there. I sent it to you.
I will respond to that in time after this broadcast, and I'll show you my Android phone with the truth, my truth, the only truth.
It wasn't Android. I sent it on Facebook Messenger.
Well, my Android is connected to Facebook Messenger, so it didn't go through. It is what it is.
I figured I'd hang out with you guys for a few on my phone because my wife is she's about to be dropped off. She's taking a flight from Vegas to New York. She's back in New York.
Oh, really?
And yeah, she went to Vegas to watch. She went to go see us. Yeah, she went to go see the Chris Brown concert. She's living like half an hour away, so her cousin's husband.
Oh, hold up. The sentence is weird. You let your wife go to a Chris Brown concert? Do you know what Chris Brown does at a concert?
Absolutely. Have you
Jesus
seen?
Christ.
Let me tell you something.
Oh no.
Have you seen this gimmick? She ain't going nowhere. All right, enough. But all jokes aside, guys. What were you guys talking about real quick? Because I'm watching it on TV at the same time.
The power couple match right now.
Oh, that's why I called, because I wanted to chime in because I don't know if people are gonna shit on it, but I thought that because we were talking about this on a live stream that it started off slow, but there was like a good the whole night I felt like all the matches started off really slow and they all had a build like a crescendo, and like every match was pretty much fun. There was nothing that was boring or shitty or badly booked. I was shocked to see all these clean finishes, like with Stephanie Vaquer and Brock Lesnar, and even this match right here, technically a clean finish. I thought it was all good, guys.
Yeah,
No,
it was pretty.
great.
It was pretty okay. Yeah,
Not
I
bad.
ain't got no complaints for it, especially for 5 matches. Again, we could be nitpicky and say, well, 5 is a little bit too less. Maybe could have added a 6th match. Maybe we could have had a Dirty Dom Intercontinental title match. Could have
That's what
been
I
good.
missed. Yeah, I missed that.
Or maybe a Logan Paul special match because it's ESPN and you add Logan Paul into the fold, but they didn't want to do that. So I understand Triple H's mode of thinking because again, and this is not shilling because people might say I'm a WWE shill. I don't know why. I don't. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
that's
But
weird, dude.
Triple H is very calculating with his weekends. SmackDown was SmackDown Palooza. All the matches were SmackDown Palooza. You want to
Right.
count them for the weekend? It is what it is. WrestlePalooza, you got your 5 matches, and then the Raw after Palooza, you'll get your 4 matches there. So if you add 5, 5, and 5, you got 15 matches for the whole weekend. Now, if you pay like $50,000 for being there personally, God bless you because you got expendable incomes. But God bless me, I got a VPN.
Well, you know what though? I mean, and I don't want to take too much time, but I think it was. I get it. Like this wasn't. I was expecting like a WrestleMania level type thing, but it really wasn't. And we were talking about this on the live stream that we were expecting more run-ins and more stars. And you know what? WWE just had good matches, fun booking, and it was like a fun atmosphere. And for the people that paid whatever they paid for it, they got to say that they were at the very first WrestlePalooza and they were at the very first ever WWE live whatever PLE event. So this was sometimes you don't pay for the product, you pay for the moment. And I think a lot of people paid for the moment, and for what it's worth, I thought they did a good job, man. I actually, man, I was looking to tear this apart, this show, honestly, and I couldn't. I had fun watching it.
What did I tell you, Ray? WrestlePalooza was better than All Out today. And I ain't bullshitting. I ain't bullshitting.
All Out, I heard was the poops.
Shit. I'm gonna watch that shit, mind
It
you.
was the meh. Tune into the wreckage, how many nights? Tune into the wreckage because I can't wait for that shit. If you need me on that wreckage, Jimmy, I'll gladly
Feel free.
jump on.
You know, jump on with us if you want, man. We always want you on it, as a matter of fact, on the wreckage.
Fun fact,
Right.
Professor is probably the only person that the vet loves to have on the wreckage.
It's true. That's why I said without even having to tell him.
I'm
that
very
you're
honored
more
for
than
that.
welcome to come on. And that's the dead set truth. So feel free to join us, man.
Yes,
You-
a historic
What's up,
moment,
Josh?
pal.
Yeah, thank you
Very
for joining
historic.
us, actually, Josh. Yeah, man. Actually, he showed me one of the old episodes of yours, Ray. Even though I've seen some of the old ones.
Who,
You know what I'm
Josh?
talking about on Like a Raw? Yeah, he sent me a link to one of the old One Wrestling shows. And you know what was weird, bro? Seeing freaking Billy Ray Valentine with hair, bro. And how much younger he looked too at the time. It
He
was
has
you,
hair.
Billy Ray Valentine.
I had the hair.
You did too, but he had a full on, like,
Yeah.
I mean, he had like
Billy Ray's hair was bushier. Yes, I get
Right,
what you're saying.
yeah.
It's more.
it
Yeah.
was way
And
bushy.
and
It was like the
and
CM Punk hair almost.
and he was heavier back then. He thinned
Yeah.
out a bunch. Yeah.
The only thing that was the same about him was his voice, but everything else I was like, what the fuck?
He's one of
That
he's
took
one of
me
those
out big time.
he's one of those guys that get better looking when they get older. True.
That's funny. But that was,
Did you Jimmy? Did you ever see the old Can-Am wrestling shows?
yeah, I did. Like,
I watched those.
You remember
That's
that?
the blast. That's a blast from the past. That's the blast from the past
Right.
right there.
I saw a
Yeah,
couple of episodes. I wasn't like watching it right then and there. I remember it though, and I did watch a few episodes, like more later on, obviously. But well, like I said, what's happened to Corbell, man? He's just disappeared. It's
No one
weird.
knows.
Is
He's
he-
around.
He's celebrating right now. You know that, Jimmy. Politically, he's celebrating right now. Yeah.
Well, wherever he is, hopefully he's all right, man. I mean, shit, because he really has disappeared. I
Yeah,
was
I'm gonna hang
following him on Facebook.
I'm gonna hang out with you guys until my wife gets close. Is that cool?
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
Come on, Ray. Are you
Talk
serious,
about
man?
that. Well, Well, I'm going to say this. I'll start off with the power couple match. Was like I said, my
We practically nearly
critique.
finished already, by the way.
Right,
Yeah.
my critique, Ray, was AJ Lee. You know, was what rusty. We expected the rust was going to happen. But what I liked about the match, Jimmy and Ray, was the psychology of keeping Punk in the ring and kind
Yes.
of goading AJ. Like AJ wanted to be in that ring. AJ wanted to
Right.
get her hands on Becky and all that stuff. So they were very calculating in making sure that Punk was taking most of the punishment. So I like the way, like you said, Ray, the psychology was right there. It was fun booking, and then AJ got her moment to shine, if you
Right.
will. And again, there was a little bit of there was sloppy moments, but it was okay. Again, you expect that from AJ because she hasn't been in the ring for a long time, and you know you can't get it. You can't be perfect. I can't
Can I,
expect perfection, but at least she passed with
can I
flying colors.
ask? Can I ask you? Because I mentioned this on the live stream also. AJ Lee, even though she hasn't wrestled in 10 years, and listen, Nikki Bella, God bless her, but my God, AJ Lee is, I think, and always was far and beyond a way better
Oh,
in ring performer than Nikki Bella ever was or is now.
How
100%.
how dare you? The Bella Nation, the Bella Army. What is wrong with y'all? You kind of you are desecrating the Bella Nation. You're desecrating the history of total. Well, I'm just trying. I'm playing right now. It's late. It's
Come
late,
on.
Jimmy. I'm sorry. It's late. Well,
No, but
you
you're
know
right,
what,
Ray.
what was funny because again, because of AJ coming in, you know, I forgot who said this, but maybe I thought Nikki. You know, like you were saying, Ray, like this was clean finishes. You
Yeah.
could have had a fucking jealousy run in with Nikki Bella because AJ
Oh my
stole her
God.
thunder. It would have
Word.
been great.
Imagine that.
Could
I don't
have.
know who said that. I don't know who said that, but it was kind of like interesting. Like, what a great way to fuck it up with Nikki Bella doing a run
I
in.
think it was,
Like, oh, I'm
I think it was Colin or maybe it was Brandon, one of the two.
either one. Props to them because that was a good idea.
Yeah, I mean that would have
I
been
agree.
great, but this WWE don't have the balls to actually pull that off, though. That's the only problem. But that didn't sound right, to be honest. But
Well, who's
anyway,
gonna, well, Jimmy, who's going to carry the match between Nikki Bella and AJ Lee? Both of them are rusty as hell.
I
Oh,
would
AJ
say
Lee will
AJ
carry that
still,
match.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Bro,
she's
AJ
head and shoulders way better than Nikki Bella ever was.
listen, Nikki Bella's in great shape. She looks beautiful. She doesn't look any different than she did when she left, but she
I
was
agree.
never a great wrestler, man. Her and her sister were mid. I mean, if you put those girls, let's say you put those girls in their primes with the skills they had back then, right now, they'd be wrestling in freaking TNA.
Oof, it's true
Sorry,
though.
it's true.
No, it's facts. It's
I'm not
and
taking.
you know
Listen,
what?
Jimmy, real quick. I'm not taking away everything they've done because they were huge for the WWE. Money makers, they were moment makers. But the fact
Facts.
is that when it comes to their in-ring prowess, their ability to cut promos, everything, they were terrible. Yo, Stephanie Vaquer, you put Stephanie Vaquer in the ring with Trish Stratus or Lita or any of those girls, maybe Beth Phoenix. But Beth Phoenix was really good, a lot better than people give her credit for. Yo, Stephanie would like. I would say most of the roster now is 1,000 times better than anything we've ever seen. Now, seriously,
Oh,
it's what it
hundred
is.
Very,
percent.
very, very generational. Yeah, you're right. Today's generation of women wrestlers and male wrestlers are better than the generation before that.
I'm not even gonna say male wrestling. When it comes to
The female
female,
division definitely though. Yeah.
bro, the women right now, you know, people say that it's a sexist term, but I grew up in a wrestling family, and when you tell somebody that those women wrestle like men, that's a huge compliment. These girls these girls now, man, they're just wrestlers. They're just performers. They're great, man. A lot of them are really really good, bro. A lot of them.
Only Mae Young is generational. She can go to any generation and knock it out of the park. You know that.
That's
Yeah.
Jimmy's first crush, right, Jimmy?
Oh, oh yeah, I love crusty old,
Oh yeah, yeah, pal.
punani. Yeah, pal. The other term says more volume. That's the difference. What do you mean
What
by that? In more volume, more
he
like
mean?
more stuff.
He means more female performers. But the fact is that I could take the 5 best female performers in any era, match them up right now with the bottom 5 right now in the WWE, and I would say the bottom 5. You take a girl right now from NXT. Let's take Lash Legend. Put Lash Legend in the ring with Trish Stratus back in the day, bro. Lash
She's better
Legend
than
is
Trish.
Lash
I hate
Legend.
to say
But
it, but
I'm gonna tell you this. This was sacrilegious. Lash Legend could wrestle rings around China.
oh, I have no doubts about that. It was China really any good, really?
And guess what? Lash
It was her
Legend is
presence,
stronger. Lash Legend is
right?
stronger and bigger than China ever was.
Way bigger
It's a fact.
and stronger,
And
yeah,
thicker.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
thicker. Oh, she's bigger in every sense, man.
Yeah.
But
Lash Legend.
man, she's a
I
monster,
just
dude.
got
I
to point
think
that out. She's thicker. That's all I was just gonna say.
no, but for real, Lash Legend has got the potential to be the woman of WWE if they actually, give her a proper run, because she's a specimen, dude.
Mm-hmm.
People say Jay Cargill's a specimen, but look at Lash Legend, though, man. Like,
She's my favorite, man.
she's just on a whole different level. Just her look alone is just amazing, man. But
Yo, I've been
yeah,
telling people. I've been telling people for 2 years. Lash Legend is the evolution of the women's rep. Like she is. Watch, man. That girl. Forget Jay Cargill. Jay Cargill she's all looks, no substance. God bless her. She tries hard, but she ain't that good. Lash Legend looks good, is huge, is strong, gorgeous, sexy, total package, bro. Total
Well,
package.
I would say this: a good problem that I guess you could say for this generation of women's wrestlers is how deep WWE has with the women's wrestlers, AEW has with the women's wrestlers. But the problem I would say is booking. If you don't book these women right, no one will care. And Lash Legend, again, the glass ceiling is there, Ray. But if she goes to the main roster, will she be booked right? Will she be, will that presentation carry itself over? Because again, the NXT Lash Legend, I got you. I'm with you with
Or-
that. The
yeah.
untapped potential. But the
Oof.
main roster Lash Legend, I mean, remember that NXT, the main roster thing, sometimes there's a little bit of a curse.
Word.
It's undeniable on that.
if they
That's
book
fact.
her like an Awesome Kong, say for example, she'd be a huge star. And I'm talking about TNA Awesome Kong, that is. And you can make the argument also, artists, like you pointed out, the 05 to 07 knockouts division was fucking probably the best in all of women's wrestling at that time in TNA.
There was no knockouts division in 05. It started in 07.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 07 is, well,
Unbelievable,
then I'm going
Jimmy.
from 07. I said 05, 07. Make it from 07 to 08. You can make
There
the
you go.
argument that, it was the best division, man, by a long shot in women's wrestling at the time.
I'm not going to dispute that. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
but guess what? Even then, you put all those girls in the ring with what TNA got. I mean, with not TNA, with what NXT has right now. I'm sorry, bro. I could grab 4 girls from NXT. From NXT right now that can wrestle rings around any of those girls back in the day. Anyone, and even awesome. I mean, I hate to I love Awesome Kong, but like the beautiful people, they weren't that great. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you really think about it, the only woman that I think might have gotten over right now is probably Gail Kim.
What about Victoria? As in Tara, formerly
Yeah.
known as Tara in TNA.
You know what? That's fair, because let me tell you something. Victoria was excellent, and she was another powerhouse.
Underrated, I feel,
Underrated,
too,
underappreciated.
Absolutely. For sure. 100%, man. I think she could have been a way bigger star than what they made her out to be, even though she did win women's championships everywhere she went. But still, I feel like they didn't really put the machine behind her per se. But it is what it is. And she's had some heat for whatever reason in the past. But anyway, look, right now, like you said, Ray, though, it is by far the best women's division we've probably ever had in pro wrestling. In terms of in the US anyway, people are going to start putting out Japan. I get it, especially in the 90s and 80s. Female wrestling in Japan was a big deal during that time. But still, I wasn't there to watch it. So, yeah.
How would Bull Nakano get over right now?
Oh, dude, but Bull Nakano, you could make the argument is one of the best ever, bro, in women's
I
wrestling.
agree.
Come on, I mean, you got to give her that. But you're right.
Well, that's why I
bro.
threw her name out
And
there.
she's hot. And
Right.
she's hotter now.
Oh, is
This
that
she was
She
back
is
then.
hot now.
It's just weird, bro. I saw an
Beautiful.
interview with her recently. Yeah, like what the fuck, man? How did
Just
she-
younger.
It's weird. She's in her 60s, dude.
And the boner grew when she got
The
older.
boner grew.
Time out. She's in her 60s?
I'm pretty sure she's early
50,
60s, man.
well, 50s, or well, I think 50s.
Oh,
Either
she
late
looks
50s or early 60s. I'll
She
check it
looks-
out now, actually.
Google it. She looks phenomenal. God bless her, man. She's a beautiful woman, man.
Mhm.
Legend. True legend.
Crazy. Let's see. How old is she? I used to enjoy watching 57.
Oh,
There you
she's
go.
only seven.
Yeah.
She's only 7 years older than me, baby. I got a chance.
I mean, she looks amazing for her age. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, she does look better now than she ever did, which is crazy in itself. But anyway, let's move on though to the main event. You guys did mention obviously that CM Punk and of course AJ Lee do win, and it makes sense for story, as we were saying on Like a Raw, Ray, that they needed to win basically so they can call out. The next match is going to be for those titles, 100%. I mean, am I wrong in saying that?
Definitely AJ is going to challenge for the Intercontinental title against Becky Lynch. That's a given.
I think I said that I wanted a special attraction match where the world title and the women's Intercontinental title, they haven't done this in years, are both on the line in a tag team match. And the winners of that match get the title. So in other words, if AJ gets the pin, her husband becomes world champion, and vice versa.
I want that too, and I think we are leading to that. I don't see singles
Crazy.
matches just yet.
That'd
I mean,
be
they'd be
crazy.
idiots not to if they don't do that. I mean, come on. Prof, you don't
No,
think they're going to go down that way?
no, let's just keep it simple. You just saw what she did. She made Becky Lynch tap out. So whatever is the next, well, I would say the next pay-per-view, but then you could just 3 weeks from the next Raw in 3 weeks or something like that, they'll just do an Intercontinental main event. Something like that.
That's a good
Simplistic.
point, Josh, because really this match was a tornado match, really, even though the ref, it wasn't meant to be that way, but it felt that way. And this was very AEW-ish in terms of the officiating, where they just let it go. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the only gripe I can point out. But in saying that, this is your entertainment type of match. It made sense why it was the way it was. It was telling a story in the ring. And that's all that mattered, man. And it was entertaining as well. It wasn't a great match, probably not, but it was good. It was good enough.
It was the entertaining match of the night,
right.
For everything, the spots that they did, the finish, and again, CM Punk, you can see him smiling. He's smiling when he gets hurt. He's smiling watching his wife in the ring. He's smiling all ear to ear. So if CM Punk could actually be a professional wrestler, guys, and actually hold his smile in and just wait till he goes back in the curtain and then smile and hug her and then, fuck her in the locker room, all that stuff.
Oh my God.
Just do that. Again, it's supposed to keep it kayfabe, guys. That's all I'm asking for. But if CM Punk is smiling ear to ear, come on, man, just give me something. Keep it professional. That's my gripe.
I'm sorry.
Awkward.
I think CM Punk, he married way above his. I don't know. AJ's kind of hot, brother.
I mean, he's quite a bit older than her too, in some ways, Ray.
He is. Yeah, we were talking about it during the stream.
Right.
More than that, because he's in his. How old is CM Punk?
Mid to late 40s. I think he's 46 now. I'm pretty sure he is.
40. I think he's 47, something like that.
Whoa! And she's what? 38.
38. Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's not that bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
At least Punk is eating some good food, and Ray knows this. Punk is eating some good food from AJ's side of the family.
Some arroz con gandules, some pollo guisado, some lechon. Hell yeah, bro. That's Puerto Rican food.
Can I say wepa to that? Wepa.
Sure, absolutely, you can say wepa.
Well, just quietly, he is 46, turning 47 in October.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a nice. Well, some women like the older guys. What do you want? What do you want from me?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, he's a bit of a women's sort of guy, right? I mean, he does pick up all the chicks.
Some
So
would
I'll
say
give him that.
some would say a chick magnet.
Well, CM, right? Well, some say cunt munching, but I
Oh
digress.
God. What's the main event?
Well, before we get to the main event, this was the most awkward thing I've ever seen in professional wrestling. And there's a lot of awkward shit. But that Undertaker thing with Stephanie was the weirdest fucking thing. I was watching, I'm like, this is awkward, weird. And even they both started laughing, all right, of the weirdness. Ray, I'm going to ask you first, what the hell was going on here, dude?
Why are you burying my number one crush of all time, Stephanie McMahon? Anyone that knows me knows that she is my hall pass. She is my number one. Listen, so here's the situation. I want you to put in perspective everything that her family's been through. All right?
Fair.
Everything from her father to the sale of the company that is no longer owned by a McMahon to, the shit with her husband going through with the heart attack through, the legal issues and everything that this girl has worked through. Now, there were times when she was younger that she had some issues backstage, but from what I understand, she's grown to be absolutely like loved by everyone that works for her. And the fact is that, look, we were talking about this on the live stream. We were saying that you can't. I'm talking about her Hall of Fame induction. You can't deny that she's definitely Hall of Fame worthy, and she would be the first McMahon besides her grandfather to be in the Hall of Fame. With all that being said, as much as it was weird, as much as it was funny, as much as whatever you guys would say it was a genuine moment where she was genuinely taken aback, and you could see it. No. You could see it though. You could see how because I'm sure deep down inside, man, people say, "Oh, it's just a virtual thing and it doesn't really exist," and all this other shit. But the fact is that she is now being recognized for all the shit that she's been through, all the shit that she's worked for, and she's had to basically disavow her father. I'm sure deep down inside that probably hurts her. You know what I'm saying? Like. So with all that being said, man, as weird as it is, as weird as it came out to be, I think it was just a genuine moment, dude. And I'm okay with it. Yeah, it was weird and stuff, but I'm okay with it. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm good.
Well, now that we know what it was about, at first, when we didn't know what it was about, I'm thinking, is Undertaker acting the most awkward dude ever? It almost came.
She didn't know.
Well, yeah, that's what made it even more weird.
It looked like they were filling time before the main event, and then you're looking at the Undertaker trying to copy like Triple H's "Are You Ready?" shit, and then Stephanie is playing along, but then it turned into Succession because now she's in the Hall of Fame and her father's not. So it just is funny shit right now because again, it's karma either way, and again. We've seen where WWE is right now. I mean, they let Brock Lesnar back into the fold. So if Stephanie could be the olive branch to me for being the daughter and all that stuff and everything, for the good graces, I can see Stephanie saying, I want my father to induct me and give me, say some things. Would it be allowed? I don't know.
Probably
again,
not.
This is a TK. Probably not. But again, this is a Hall of Fame thing. So sometimes you get what you ask for. It's either going to be her husband or it's going to be her father.
I think it's going to be her brother. That's funny that you mentioned. I think Shane's going to induct her.
Interesting. Well, if they wanted Vince to talk, first of all, they wouldn't have done it this early. They could have waited another year to induct her in the Hall of Fame. There's no real rush to actually induct her in the Hall of Fame anyway. So
well, you got to get your $30 worth, Jimmy. You know this. This is ESPN. So nobody expected a Stephanie McMahon induction announcement. So shit, if you didn't pay your $30, Tommy Knights, you got screwed.
Yo, I put up pictures of Stephanie McMahon when, of course I put up booby pictures and stuff like that, hot pictures, but I also put up a picture of her when she was earning her keep as a little girl, as a model for the WWF magazines,
I remember
rocking
those days, right?
rocking the Rockers shirt back in the day. Bro, Stephanie McMahon, I don't give a shit what anybody says, bro. That woman has earned her keep. I am a big fan of hers, and yes, she will always be my first. Like I never had a wrestling crush until that woman came on stage.
Did you see those beach pictures with her and Macho Man?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, Macho Man.
Actually, do you guys believe that ever happened in your opinion?
Absolutely.
You do?
I think so.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Prof?
There's a VHS tape somewhere out there. You just got to find it.
Well, it's a bit anyway, I love Macho Man, but damn it, if it's true.
Somebody commented pervert, so I'm just rolling along with it. So there's a VHS tape somewhere.
That is the unrealistic Cliff Burton, my boy. What's up, buddy?
Well, anyway, whatever happened, it happened, but we don't know. We'll never know. But we off to the main event now, boys. It is Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE World Championship. Cody Rhodes, your champion, of course. Now, I was telling, it's funny, I was telling Prof off the air. I literally went off to the restroom, came back, and the match was friggin' over, man.
Oh,
I had
no.
to go. I had to fucking go, man. It is what it is. But all I do know is it true? The referee screwed Cody.
No, screw Drew.
Not screwed Cody. Sorry, screwed Drew. Right. Boys, tell me what the hell happened here. What was going on? Is Cody turning heel? Is it potential for a heel turn now?
I mean, you looked at this match. I mean, the way the storytelling was they were playing the Cody Rhodes concussion angle because again, what he went through 5 weeks ago
awkward,
from
the what do you call it? Cody cutter.
Yeah, with the Cody cutter, but what he took that header on the announce table a couple of weeks ago, Jimmy. So they were playing along with that during the match, and then he was doing like that kind of like Shawn Michaels spot where he's kidding, like he's getting dizzy. And he was. I was waiting for him to faint. I was waiting for him to faint and kind of like play it like that, but they didn't do that. So he persevered. I like to use that word, but then the referee just got in Drew's way. They were trying to play to his emotions. It's like why? And Wade Barrett was beautiful on commentary. I give props to Wade Barrett.
He's one of the best, bro. Love him.
He killed it
with the match. I forgot to mention he absolutely killed it with that match.
But Wade was, I mean, the storytelling from Wade just to say this referee has screwed Drew. He has been screwed for the last 3 years. He even gave you receipts. The Bloodline screwed Drew. Damian Priest screwed Drew. CM Punk screwed Drew. And now not Cody Rhodes, but the referee is screwing Drew from getting his rightful spot. It made it seem like you felt empathy and sympathy for Drew. And the Homelander, Cody Rhodes, it's creeping. It's creeping. We don't know. It could be creeping. We don't know. But again, you don't want the money train for Cody Rhodes being the good guy. It's too much, Jimmy. So, it's too soon. You can't do Homelander. I know you want it. I know the Martards want it, but the money's just too much for him being the good guy, the all-American good guy. It just is not there. So he persevered, got over his concussion, won it with his move, and that was it. But the storytelling was great.
Yeah, man.
I have to watch that again.
I was going to tell you, if you rewatch the match, and we were talking about this again during the live stream, you can go back and watch that, guys, if you want. But we were saying that they protected Drew because Drew did, I call it a bro kick. What the hell is his finisher again?
Not
Claymore.
Claymore. He did a
Claymore.
I never seen this. He did a Claymore, and his leg went right through the freaking announce table. So he hurt his leg, and it looked I thought it looked great, and he was selling it, and he was hurt. So in a way, they protected Drew, because the only way really Cody Rhodes went over was because Drew really got hurt, and he couldn't plant his leg and stuff like that. So again, another match where it started off kind of slow. There was some heat on the heel, and then the babyface went over, and I thought it was a good job. I just didn't see the whole, like, where do you feel, Jimmy, that maybe Cody was turning heel? Like, where did you see that?
No, because I missed the match practically, right? Like I was saying, I was just reading what was happening, you know what I mean? What happened. And the way this report was saying it at the time, was like, the referee is worse than Nick Patrick. It was like Cody paid off the referee. Obviously, that was a load of shit. But, like, that's what I was reading, and I'm like, what the hell, really? Like, I got to check that out, but I didn't have time to actually watch it again, obviously, because...
The ref screwed Drew, and then for some strange reason, Drew hesitated. The theme of the year, guys, for WWE matches, especially with WrestleMania, is hesitation. People have not used their killer instincts. For some reason, that they just forget to use their killer instincts. This is Drew McIntyre. This man will claymore your grandmother. That is supposed to be. That's the way he is right now. He should claymore, but he hesitated. He felt sorry. But again, from SmackDown purposes, he wanted it. He wanted to do it the right way for some strange reason. He wanted to do it fair, one-on-one, and all that stuff. No kind of like controversy on Drew's side. He's a heel, but he wanted it to be like, I don't want no hangups. I want it as honorable as possible because I have been, I have not gotten that moment the right way.
So you know what's
technically
crazy?
got it. He technically got it at WrestleMania, but then CM Punk ruined it.
Right.
And Damian ruined it.
I gotta tell you guys something, and I gotta actually run because my wife is less than 5 minutes away, and I wanted to stay to the end. But check this out. What I love about Drew McIntyre is that Drew McIntyre never truly turned heel. Drew McIntyre
is telling the truth.
Yeah, he's a dude. Exactly. He's telling the truth. He's not wrong. And he's and the fact is he continuously gets screwed over, including this match. He can be one of the biggest tweener heel Stone Cold Steve Austin type baby faces. Absolutely, we've had in quite some time. I love Drew McIntyre. I think remember, I've been following this dude since freaking TNA. You know what I'm saying? Like when he left WWE back to TNA and back to WWE again, Drew McIntyre is the best. Listen, I really got to run. I just wanted to jump on with you guys because I love you both and I wanted to give you some love and the love to the chat. And I appreciate you guys, and I really got to run. But Professor, I did send you the link. You are a liar.
I will retort back after the show. Don't worry.
But I'm glad I got on with you guys, and I will see you next week. I'm going on vacation. I love you. God bless you. And Jimmy, I'll see you next week. Thank you for filling in for me, Professor. You are the man. I can't wait for the next. Hey, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The Pro Wrestling Reflection in November. We're coming on strong. Episode 200. The Elite 8, the Magnificent 12, the Fantastic 5, whatever the fuck you call them. I love you guys all. I gotta go. I'm out, guys. God bless.
Latest, brother.
Keep the butthole tight.
That was Big Ray Hernandez, ladies and gents. He's got good timing because we're at the end pretty much now, Prof. I mean, is there anything else really to say about this match?
No, it was a clean finish, and Cody got the win, and no chicaneries, nothing. Maybe people were expecting a run-in. Maybe you could have expected Brock Lesnar to be like, "Wait a minute, Cody, I remember what happened. You got the title. I can get that title back. Who knows?" But I think for the presentation, like Ray said, I think for WWE's debut on ESPN, they just wanted it as a clean card, clean matches, show the athleticism, show the psychology, show the entertainment value. And again, we can nitpick about the commercials. We can nitpick about it being 5 matches. Maybe it could have been 6. Maybe it could have been 7. But again, hopefully the little missteps that they did now, they'll make up for it for the next PLE down the road.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out what happens there. I just noticed we got a serial spammer, Mr. Ronald Guzman. What's going on here? Anyway, look, for me, if you had to give it a score, as a matter of fact, Prof, out of between 1 and 5 hand slaps, or face slaps, sorry, should I say, what would you give it?
I would give it 3 3/4 slaps.
I'll go for 4, actually. I'll say 4 because I actually enjoyed the event. But in saying that,
remember the timing and the commercials kind of fucked it up. I'm just going with the overall flow of it.
That's true.
My entertainment value of it, I'm still old school. You don't need commercials. You could do Byron Saxton. You could do Kathy Kelly. You could do. I'm not looking for raw 1999 Vince Russo shenanigans in the locker room for bullshit. But you can just keep it. It's ESPN, goddammit. Sports centric. You could just do some interviews and let us know what's going on for Raw or next week. You could have interviewed Tippy. Talk about next week's title match. Just keep it simple. It's simplistic like that.
And to think they call themselves a worldwide leader in sports, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, ESPN. God damn it. Well,
Hopefully, Matt can teach them something. Come on, Matt. Teach them some sense. You can do it.
Well, like Josh says, ESPN breaking news. Yeah, something. God damn it. Anyway, in saying that, Prof, tell them what you're doing and what you're up to. And I know the Pro Wrestling Reflection and the Spotlight's on a couple of week hiatus or till November or something like that.
Well, we're off this whole September. We'll be back in October.
Oh,
Ray was saying because I kind of like milked the episodic episodes to 200.
Right.
He's already saying it's going to be in November. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. I might do it in November. Who knows? But I keep it on your toes on that. But just follow my YouTube channel at PWSL PROF. That's PWSL Prof, and you can see all the nostalgic content of the Pro Wrestling Reflection with myself and the Tommy Wonder there.
The best old school esque wrestling podcast on the planet. Believe me when I tell you guys that. So look out for it, and you will not actually go back on it because you enjoy it. That's how good it is, man. And you and Tommy, I mean, you guys have got such great chemistry too. Even when JB's on, when he's on, you three kill it, but it is mainly used to. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the new episodes when they do come out. Is it October? Is it November? Stay tuned, you'll find out. But when it comes to me, though, if you want to follow me, you can, but not at DJ Mass Effects at the moment. It is at the PWC Network. It's me, Jimmy T. You can follow me there. Also, look out for tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, for Direct Gauge with myself and the vet. Now, Prof, are you going to join us tomorrow morning for Direct Gauge?
Well, you know what? For FTR, for Vet, I got you.
Oh, it's on. I'm looking forward to this actually now. So we'll be talking to AEW from Dynamite to Collision to, yes, All Out. Are we going to be all out after this show? I don't know. You're just going to have to tune in to find out. 11 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. In saying that, Prof, I think we can take it home. I am Jimmy T. He is the Professor, Chbelo Vera Cruz, and you've been listening and watching the WrestlePalooza Review Show live right here on Hammy Media Group's YouTube channel and, of course, channelattitude.com after the fact. Till next time, peace.
Peace.
Blast they ass, nigga.
Rat-tat-tat-tat, late at night with my cat on the streets of LA, wondering where the pussy at. Straight player, looking for a hoe, hanging out, rolling in my 6-4. 16 switches for the niggas in my hood, 17 shells so I make it understood. Stay back, way back in the cut. You come outside, nigga, you're getting fucked up. I done told ya, creep, your best move like Luther Vandross. I'm fucking up the West Coast. I'm right back up in you when you're nut. 1, 2, 3, nut from the DRE. But this is for the hoes that I used to know when I didn't have my 64 and a lot of dough. I keep it like this and like that, and I
never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat like that, and I
never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Rat-tat-tat-tat